These are 5 must-have farms in Minecraft Bedrock that are so incredibly easy that there's no excuse for you not to have them. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to build all 5, starting with Sugarcane or number 5. First thing we're going to do is dig out a 3x4 hole inside of the ground. And this is going to be the space that the farm takes up. We're then going to go to the right side of the hole and dig out these 2 front blocks. We're going to place down a barrel in the front here and then run a hopper into that barrel. Go ahead and grab your mud block now and place it on top of that hopper, and then grab our stair, and we're going to place our stair pointing away from this 2x3 over here, so pointing it towards the smaller part of the hole. From here, we want to grab our building blocks now, and we're going to place down 3 building blocks going along this side. We're going to place down 1 right here, and we are going to go ahead and place down a stair upside down, and then remove this block so that we have access to the barrel. And this is going to be where all of the sugarcane is stored. And if you're going to need more space, you can easily just extend this out into having a double chest with more hoppers and having as much space as you want. Alright, the next thing we want to do is grab our block and place down a block right in front of that mud block. Go ahead and remove this block. We actually don't need it there. We're going to go ahead and place down our redstone repeater and set it to 3 ticks, so press it twice. We're then going to go ahead and place down a block going in front of that repeater and place a lever on the front of this block. And this is going to be how we turn on and off the farm. Let's go ahead and turn that off for now. Now what we're going to do is place down a redstone dust right here and then a redstone torch on this back block. Place down a block above this redstone dust, and as you'll see, it starts to begin this redstone clock, which we can turn off by flicking this lever. So if we go ahead and turn this back on again, the clock is going to reactivate. We can go ahead and grab our dispenser now and place down the dispenser. We're actually going to remove the dispenser and go ahead and waterlog that stair. Go ahead and place down your dispenser now, pointing towards the mud. We now need our hopper and barrel again, so that way we can have another hopper running into this dispenser, and then a barrel running into that hopper. Again, if you want to have more space for your bone meal, then just add on some more chests and some more hoppers to store more bone meal. But this is going to supply bone meal to this dispenser, which is being activated and is going to grow our sugarcane. So place down your sugarcane on top of that mud now. We can go ahead and grab our blocks again. We're going to place down a piston above this dispenser and then a block above this piston. Go ahead and place down a redstone torch on top of this block. And as you can see, it's an alternating pattern. So what this is going to do is this dispenser is going to supply this sugarcane with bone meal. And then this piston is going to activate on the other tick. So they're unsynced so that they don't go off at the same time. We're going to go ahead and grab our blocks now and just fill in the rest of this wall with building blocks, and also fill in this top piece right here. And the last thing we need to do is go ahead and throw a roof on top of this, so just a 3x3 platform, and making sure that there are 3 air blocks for the sugarcane to grow in. Now grab your glass, and we're just going to fill in this front wall. If you don't want to place glass here and you want to just use regular blocks, you absolutely can. But this is going to make sure that everything is nice and enclosed, and now all we have to do is supply this chest with bone meal, and you'll see that it is already working. So this is going to automatically farm this sugarcane. All of the sugarcane is going to end up inside of this barrel, and it's perfectly timed so that there's 0 sugarcane waste. All of it is going to be picked up by the hoppers, and any visual glitches, like there's sugarcane glitching back here, this is completely a visual glitch, and it's actually quite funny to watch. But yeah, so this is the completed sugarcane farm, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And I guess the actual last thing we do is go ahead and fill in these 3 grass blocks, so now it's all fully contained. But this thing is going to convert 1 bone meal into 2 sugarcane. This is a very healthy conversion rate, making it completely automatic. And this is a really good way to get paper for those early enchantment books. Alright, next up is the cow farm, or number 4 if you're keeping track, but let's keep it moving. So we're going to dig out a 2x2 hole, place down a double chest in the front, and we're going to run 2 hoppers into the backs of those chests. From here, we're going to grab our blocks now, and we're going to create a giant U shape going around the entire thing. From here, we're going to bring this up to 3 blocks tall. We're going to do this for all of these except for this side right here, which we're then going to grab a dispenser, point it towards the inside of the machine, and then we're going to grab our observer, and we're going to have the observer facing towards the front of us. From here, we're going to go ahead and place down our button, which is in my inventory, and we're going to go ahead and place it on the front here. Make sure you're using a wooden button, and also if you don't want to use an observer, you simply can just press your button twice, but I would recommend placing down an observer. That way you just press the button, it's going to spit out the lava, and then it's also going to retract the lava as well. Go ahead and fill this in now. We're going to grab our glass and we're going to throw glass right here. Grab our block or our signs now, and we're going to place down 2 signs at the bottom, and we're going to go ahead and place our lava bucket inside of that dispenser. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab our blocks and we're going to create a temporary blockade right here, and then we're going to grab our glass and we're going to fill in the rest of the glass in the front of the farm. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is grab our blocks and place down 2 blocks on both sides of the farm, and actually we're just going to fill in this entire top area, so place down a 2x4 on the front of the farm here. On the back side, we're going to remove these 2 blocks, extend this out to a 2x2 platform, and then create another U shape around here to keep our adult cows contained. We're going to do this one more time just to create a deeper pit, and then we're going to grab our water buckets and we're going to place down 2 water buckets so that way everything flows over towards this wall right here. Now what we need to do is we need to create a staircase, so I would simply just recommend placing down blocks going across the side here, and then what you're going to do is you're going to find 2 cows, or in this case I'm going to spawn in 2 cows, and we are going to lead them up this staircase. And then once they are done fighting, let's just go ahead. Sorry guy, I'm sorry. He's gonna come over here, and then all we have to do is go ahead and push him in to the pit. And then once we have both cows inside of the pit, this farm is ready to go. So we just need to go ahead and get this guy as well. And again, we're just gonna push him into the pit, just like so. Now what we do is we grab our fence posts and we're going to place down 4 fence posts over top of this pit just to keep them a little more contained, so that way they're not all over the place. Now that they should be both on this side, we're going to go ahead and breed them with our wheat now. They're going to go ahead and have a baby, and we're going to have 3 cows. And then we're going to breed them again, and we're going to have 4 cows, and then 6 cows, and then 8, and then 12, and then eventually we'll have like 50 cows. And once we have 50 cows, this farm is ready to be put into production mode. So we're just going to get about 50 cows, or however many you want, without lagging your world out, and then we are going to continue. I feel like now is good of time as any to mention that I play without sound, but this is an incredibly loud farm if you do play with sound, so it's probably the best if you don't have it near your base. Once you have all of your cows in place, we are ready to go ahead and remove these temporary blocks. Now this is going to probably cause a bit of an uproar, because I do believe that we're going to have baby cows spewing everywhere. So we're going to break this block so that we can see the dispenser.
Poor baby.
I mean, he basically wanted to go in there, right? We're going to go ahead and remove this block right here, place down our sign. Oh, okay, well, we might have a bit of a baby leak. Oh, man. All right. They're a worthwhile sacrifice. Oh my god, the sign was placed there the whole time. Okay. This process is a little messy, I must admit. I didn't think this one through. But once we have all of our signs in place, we can go ahead and patch everything up. And once everything is patched up, we now have a working cow farm. So now all we have to do is, well, now we're going to have baby cows running around here the entire rest of the video. So now all we have to do is grab our wheat, and all we have to do is breed up these cows, so that way all of the baby cows are going to end up falling into the drop chute, and then when they eventually grow up, we're going to be able to... Guys, you are supposed to be the test subjects. Alright, now that everything is bred up, you'll see that everything is down here, nice and good. So now all we have to do is, if you want that XP from breeding, which actually, you know what? I think I picked it up. So you know what, you can leave it like this, but if you're not picking up the XP and you want to, just replace these 2 blocks with slabs, and that should be good. Go ahead and remove these 2 blocks so that you have access to this chest. And now I'm just going to show you what would happen if we had an adult cow in here. So imagine, you know what, I'm going to wait. Okay, for the sake of demonstration, I may have sprung another leak, but we have an adult cow now. And I went ahead and removed the observer because unfortunately the observer didn't work the way I originally, like I built this farm, the observer worked, now the observer doesn't work, so I've just gone ahead and scrapped the observer, and it shouldn't have been included in the materials list, so hopefully you guys didn't craft one. But now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and press the button, wait for the lava to flow over to the second block, and then go ahead and turn it off. The cow is then going to die, and all of the drops are going to end up inside of this chest here. So if you want to have raw meat instead of cooked meat, that was a really good drop, 2 leather and 3 steak from 1 cow. If you want to have raw steak, so that way you can trade with a butcher, just replace these 2 bottom glass with slabs, and then you will be able to kill them with a looting 3 sword and get tons of raw beef to trade with your butchers. But yeah, this is a really awesome farm. It is going to get you so much food. You are literally, if you use this thing and you just constantly breed your cows and then kill them and then breed them and then, you know, you use this farm for like an hour, you will have more food than you will ever need for probably your entire Minecraft playthrough. Next up is an armadillo XP farm. This is an insane XP farm, and no matter how you're counting the list, this is the third stop on our list. So what we're gonna do is dig out a 3x3 hole, and this is also going to be 3 blocks deep. From here, we want to grab our sand block, and we're going to remove the center of this hole and place down a sand block with a cactus and then a composter on top of the cactus. Go ahead and grab our water block now, or our water bucket, and we're going to push everything over into this corner right here, or whatever corner you would like. We're going to go ahead and dig out 2 blocks there, and then we're going to dig down so that we can see the water here. From here, we're going to come around and we're going to dig down 2 blocks as well. Make sure you're not in the hole like I just was. And this is going to be where our zombie goes. So we already have a pretty easy layout, and we just got to fill it in now. This thing is actually insanely simple. All right, the next thing you want to do is you want to grab your trapdoor, place it above this 2-block hole where we're going to put our zombie, and then we're going to grab another block, and we're going to place down some temporary blocks, and then have it so that way the zombie is protected from daylight, because of course trapdoors are transparent blocks, so they will not protect from burning in the day, so you need a solid block above them. Once you have that, we can go ahead and get our zombie in here. Now I'm lucky enough to just be able to spawn them in, but if you are in survival mode, of course you're gonna have to lead them in the night and get them inside of this hole. Go ahead and name tag them so that way they never disappear, and this guy is the most important part of the entire farm, because without him, the armadillo will die on the cactus because he is scaring the armadillo, so that way the armadillo stays inside of its ball, so that way it doesn't die due to the cactus. So if this guy isn't name tagged, or if he dies, that is going to kill your armadillos. So this guy is extremely important. I'm just stressing that enough because a lot of people seem to have troubles with the zombie. All right, next up, we're going to grab our lightning rod and place it inside of this hole here. It should be lined up with next to zombie. We're going to grab our trapdoor now and place it right here, so that way it opens upwards. From here, we can go ahead and remove these 3 blocks, and we're going to dig down 2 more blocks just like so. And in fact, we actually have to get rid of these blocks as well. We want to have 2 observers looking into one another like so. We're going to dig down 1 block right here, so that way we can grab our sticky piston and place it upside down. Remove the block underneath of that observer, and then grab your lever and place it on top of this sticky piston. So when it's all said and done, it should be lined up with this corner next to the zombie. And then when we go ahead and turn on this lever, you're going to see that the observer clock stops, which is going to stop this trapdoor from opening. So if we go ahead and fill in this hole now, make sure the grass matches, and then from here, we just go ahead and place down another block, place down our grass, and you'll see that when we go ahead and turn this on, the trapdoor is going to spaz, and this is going to power our trident killer. So let's go ahead and turn that off again. And then from here, what we want to do is we want to grab a fence post and just place down a simple fence post above the hole. That way you can't accidentally fall into it. We're then going to grab our leaves now, and we're just going to create a leaf wall going around here just so we don't fall into there either. Except for this side, we're going to leave this open because we need to get our armadillos into the composter. And the easiest way to get your armadillos together is to have a hole and breed up your armadillos using spider eyes. You can then transport your baby armadillos or your armadillos via minecart and push them into the composter by just creating a simple rail that would go across here. And then we are going to create a bunch of temporary blocks, and then we're just going to have a drop chute, so that way we can push them into the farthest most corner, so that way they fall into the center of the composter. But again, in my case, I'm lucky enough, I'm just going to go ahead and spawn in 5 armadillos. You want to have between 1 and 5 armadillos. The more armadillos you have, the faster this farm will be, but it will also make your game significantly laggier. If you are on a low-end device, I do not recommend using more than 1 or 2 armadillos because this thing gets overwhelming quick, as you're about to see. Alright, we are very close to being done. The last thing we have to do is grab our tridents, and for every armadillo you have, I would recommend using that number of tridents. So I have 5 armadillos, so I'm going to go ahead and throw my tridents now. So I have 5 tridents inside of that hole, and unfortunately, every time you relog, you're going to have to re-throw those tridents. So just keep that in mind. It is unfortunately going to use a little bit of durability on the tridents. There is no way to fix that because when you relog, the tridents glitch through the trapdoor, and then you have to reset the whole thing, which makes this lever even more convenient, but I will show you how to reset the farm in a second. And in order to use the farm, we need a splash potion of infestation, and we're just going to go ahead and throw it onto this armadillo. But really quick, let me just go ahead and set myself into survival mode so that way we can see my levels. We're going to go ahead and throw this potion into the center here, go ahead and turn on the farm, and you're going to see that immediately those silverfish start dying. We're going to collect all of the levels, and this thing is insanely fast. So I'm just going to sit here, I'm going to AFK, and we're just going to see how long one potion or how many levels one potion will get us. Alright, and as you can see, this thing is dying down. In fact, I think it just finished, so we have got 56 levels from using one potion, and of course, this thing is going to vary every time you use it. I've gotten over 60 levels with one potion before, but of course, I've also gotten like 52 levels, so it really does just vary on how accurate you are with your throw. But this thing is insane, because literally to use it again, you just throw another potion, go ahead and turn the Trident Killer back on, and all is well and good. So, let's say you relog from the game, and actually, you know what, let me just... Alright, and now that I'm back into the game, you'll see that these Trident... Did they fall? Did they fix it? Those do not look like they're working. You know what? I'm gonna test it for you guys. Maybe they patched it. Okay, one sec. All right, I'm just giving you guys a heads up that this test might cost me my computer, because if it doesn't work, things are gonna get really laggy. So we're gonna go ahead and turn everything on now. Okay, things are about to get really laggy. I'm gonna show you what happens if you don't rethrow the tridents. So things are looking pretty good now. You know, my frames, they haven't dropped too significantly, but after some time, you know, things might get, yeah, things are starting to get a little intense now, you know. Might see some frame rate lag. Things are starting to get a little slower. That's just gray. If you were on a mobile device right now, like an old school iPhone or an old Android, I'm pretty sure your phone might combust. Yeah, my frames are looking at you. Like, look how slow they're moving. I just went ahead and wrote a command. This should work, or it might be, yeah, okay, the potion still has effect. So we're just waiting for the potion to wear off. You know, when you're not getting XP, 3 minutes feels significantly longer, and just to show you how many silverfish spawn in a single potion, this is how many silverfish my command killed. So if you're in survival mode, I would say the best way to deal with that is to use an instant damage potion, and just throw it and kill them all, but your armadillos would probably also die. So the way that you reset this thing is, as you see, you break that one block just to get down here. You turn off the Trident Killer so that the trapdoor isn't moving, and then we're just going to go ahead and rethrow our tridents. So we're just going to go ahead, and I guess you're going to have to climb out of the hole because we're too close. And we're just going to throw them again at the center of the trapdoor, all 5 of them, 3, 4, 5, and then replace this block. So again, that is every time that you relog into the game. Make sure that you do that. And then when we turn it, you'll see that the tridents flip onto their sides, which means that they are actually being used by the Trident Killer. So that is super awesome. This thing is going to get you so many levels. It is an absolutely cracked farm, and I don't think Minecraft is going to get rid of it because this seems very intentional. Like, this seems like good game design. This doesn't feel like a bug. Alright, number 2 on the list is an AFK Fish Farm, but unfortunately this farm is only going to work if you have access to an auto clicker. So to me, that includes Windows 10, Windows 11. Alright, and the second to last farm we're going to be building is an AFK Fish Farm. This is an amazing design, but unfortunately it's only going to work if you have access to an auto clicker. So if you're on computer or if you are on mobile, this should work, but unfortunately for you console players out there, you are probably going to be out of luck. The first thing we're going to do is remove a 4-block strip, grab a chest and place down the double chest at the end here, run a hopper into the back of that chest, go ahead and place down a note block in front of this hopper here, and then we're going to go ahead and place down a fence post on top of the hopper, waterlog that fence post, place down a pressure plate on top of the fence post, place down a block on top of the note block. Oh my. Okay, well now we need to get rid of that water source because it has been ruined, tainted. Okay, place down your fence post, place down your water source, place down your pressure plate, and then place down your block on top of the note block. Do not place it there. It will spew your water everywhere. Then you want to grab your iron trapdoor, place it on top or in front of that block right there, so that way when you walk into the pressure plate, it opens upwards, and that is the entire thing done. It is so small, it is so compact, it works so well. The only thing is you want to make sure that it is at least 5 blocks away from all other water sources, but if you've made sure of that, we are ready to use the farm, so I'm going to open my auto clicker. Alright, and using this farm is just about as simple as actually building it. You want to set it to 1200 milliseconds, set your mouse button to right click, and your hotkey to whatever you would like. Then all we have to do is walk as close to the farm as possible, line it up with the pressure plate and the iron trapdoor, just like this, right in the center, so that way the bobber is going to get stuck on the fence post. Now all we have to do is go ahead and start our auto clicker, and contrary to popular belief, but this farm is actually going to get us treasure loot in the Minecraft Bedrock version of the game, so we're still going to get mending books and enchanted tools and all of that, so don't waste your time or your levels on enchanting a better fishing rod. You are just going to catch a better fishing rod by using this farm. Just use a regular fishing rod, and then eventually you will have a lure 3, luck of the sea 3, unbreaking 3, mending 1 fishing rod. So as you can see, we just caught our first fish there. If we go ahead and turn off the auto clicker now, we can go ahead and check inside of here, or inside of our inventory. We went ahead and caught a bone. The reason it ended up in our inventory is because we were too close to the farm. But don't worry, because as soon as our inventory would fill up with items, all of the rest of the items would be picked up by this hopper. And if you don't want to have any items in your inventory, then I guess you could simply just fill your inventory with some sort of random block, like a filler block, so that way you don't pick up any items. But that seems a little unnecessary to me. But yeah, this thing is absolutely awesome. I really hope that you guys like this, and I hope you get tons of mending books, because this thing is absolutely awesome. I'm so happy they still work. And finally, the iron farm, number 1 on today's list, but honestly, these are all must-haves, that's why they're all in today's video. So what we need to do for the iron farm is make sure we're at least 150 blocks away from all other villages, villager breeders, villagers, iron farms, all of your villagers. Make sure that you're at least 150 blocks away from all of that stuff, or it is going to completely mess up your farm. The next thing you want to do is dig out a 5x5 hole, and we're going to dig this hole down 8 blocks. So this is 1 block, so we got to go 7 more down. And once you have a 5x5 by 8 deep hole, you want to grab your beds now, and we're going to place down a row of beds on both sides of the farm. It really doesn't matter where you place them. We're then going to remove this middle strip of blocks, and we're going to remove the blocks beneath these beds, so that way we can create a super compact double bunk bed system, so that way we can have 20 beds here, so that way we can have a total of 2 iron golems spawning in the farm at a time for maximum rates. Go ahead and fill in that center bit now, and then we're going to place down a block in the center of the farm. Place down blocks in the corners of the farm now, and then for your workstations, go ahead and use whatever workstation you would like. You can go ahead and use them if you want to trade with the villagers, you absolutely can. Just make sure that the villagers can't escape this chamber. So yeah, whatever workstation you want to use, that is absolutely fine. We're then going to grab our villagers, and we're going to bring 2 villagers over here, except of course we're going to get a green coat on the second villager we want, so we're going to go ahead and kill this guy off. So all nitwits have got to go, because they are unproductive members of society. Now personally, I think that's kind of messed up, but Minecraft has decided otherwise. So in order for iron golems to spawn, we're going to need to have working villagers, and we're going to need to have 20 of them. So once you've brought 2 villagers over from another village, you're just going to go ahead and breed them using beetroot, carrots, potatoes, or bread. And again, unfortunately, green coats have got to go because they are just hurting your farm. And same with the kids. The kids have also got to go, unless you want to wait for them to grow up to have jobs. So then once we have all 20 villagers here, we are ready to go ahead and fill in the roof. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab a better looking block than stone, and in this case I'm going to use cobblestone. We're just going to go ahead and create a giant cobblestone platform going over top of everything, but first we want to make sure that we place down a torch in the center of the room. So we're going to place down a torch on the center block here. This is the most important torch of your entire life, because if you don't place this down, there is a high chance that a zombie will spawn in here and turn all of these guys into zombie villagers, or worse, if you're not playing on hard mode, they are all just going to be killed off by these zombies. So as you can see, we already have an iron golem in there. Go ahead and fill in that final block, so that way our villagers are nice and contained, and now we're ready to build our kill chamber. And afterward, you want to go ahead and clear out a space so that it is 3 blocks deep, and you want to go 3 blocks in every direction from your cobblestone platform. After you've done that, we're going to grab our hoppers now, and we're going to find whatever side you want to be the front of the farm. So in this case, I'm thinking right here is going to be the front of the farm. This is where I want everything to flow over to. So we're going to remove a little diamond shape here, and we're going to place down 1 hopper running into that block, and then we're going to place down 3 hoppers running into that hopper right there. Go ahead and place down a campfire on top of that center hopper now, and then we want to go ahead and grab our signs. We're going to place down a sign right here, a sign right here, a sign right here, a sign right here, and then finally a sign on top of this sign. Now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and grab our lava now, and we're going to place down the lava source block in between all of those signs, so that way it doesn't flow anywhere. And that is going to be what kills off the lava. Now, unfortunately, this is going to be killing off any cats unless you spawn 5 cats. So that way they don't end up spawning inside of the farm like this guy. Unfortunately, he's going to be made sacrificed. But we're going to build, again, more triangles in the corners of the farm. So we're going to place down this little triangle here, and we're going to do the same thing on this side of the farm. So it's just 3 blocks, 2 blocks, 1 block. Go ahead and place down your water buckets now so that everything flows over towards the campfire. And we are going to need to place 1, 2 more blocks. So we're going to extend this out to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was the most complicated counting ever. Oh my god, I was still off. Okay, we still need to go 1, 2. And there you go. When it's all said and done, this is again just a water glitch. So we're going to replace our water bucket here. So when it is all said and done, we are going to extend these triangles out to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it goes 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That was really satisfying. And as you can see, our iron golems are now dying, so all of the iron is going to end up inside of that chest. So all we have to do now is we need to come to the front of the farm. We're going to dig down 2, 3, 4, dig over here. That is going to be our campfire, so we're going to dig right here, so that way we have access to our hopper. Go ahead and grab your chest and your ladders now, and your trapdoors. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and place down a double chest right here as our collection system. So this is going to be where all of the iron and poppies and string end up. And then we're going to grab our ladders, place down a ladder right here, just 1. And then we're going to go ahead and place down a trapdoor right here. So now you can get in and out of your little AFK room. So this is going to be where you sit when you want to AFK to collect your iron. We're going to go ahead and place down a slab right here. And now you are completely safe. If you want to feel even safer, maybe you pop down a torch right here or something. So that way it is nice and bright. But you don't need to. So that is the AFK area. And then if you want to go one step above, all we're going to do is do some faux spawn proofing because we're bougie here. So we're going to place down 3 slabs and then a ring of leaf blocks. This is literally, and I can't stress this enough, just to make the farm look good. Because I personally don't like the aesthetic of just having a giant hole. It kind of makes things safer and it looks like you're actually spawn proofing things. So it's kind of aesthetic. But yeah, so that is the entire iron farm done. This thing is going to produce tons and tons of iron. We have the XP farm, the fish farm, the cow farm, the sugarcane farm, and my trailer. So this thing is absolutely awesome. Oh my god, I forgot a very important note, which is if you don't want to have cats spawning in the farm, simply like place a lead on them or lead them out of the farm. If we go ahead and grab some raw fish, so let's just go ahead and go raw cod. All you need to do is you need to get 5 cats, and we're just going to go ahead and breed. Oh my god, he really didn't like me. And we're just going to go ahead and tame them, so that way we don't have any cats spawning inside of the farm. You only need 5 cats, and this is actually going to speed up the rates of the farm as well, because this is going to take away the cats spawning in the farm. So every cat, like this cat, could have been an iron golem, but instead it was a cat. So now only iron golems are going to spawn inside of the farm, bringing us to a much better rate of around 300 iron per hour. This farm is absolutely incredible. I hope you enjoy it along with all of the other farms. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then be sure to subscribe and leave a like. My name is 1UpMC, and I will catch you guys in the next one. And if you want to download this world, it will be on my website.